Bit of a late start this morning. It's not this morning at all, it's afternoon. There is nothing better than fresh rubber. Ooh, 35 inches of goodness. Let's go for a cruise. Picked up the diff. Got new pinion bearings from Greg and the boys at Caliper Automatic. They're pretty bloody handy over there, which is good. Got it done nice and quick so we can smash this out. Pull that plug off. Put it through there. And then sticker flex it up.
Now that we've got the diff housing back from Caliper Automatics with the new pinion bearings installed, we're ready to go ahead and get the front end back together. With a new gasket and a bit of a struggle, we're ready to torque the diff housing back up. And with that done, we can bolt the drive shaft back up, remembering to match them lines up. Back to the assembly. Gently tap in a new axle spline bearing, followed by the seal. Then grab your hub and evenly install the bearing cups. We use an old one that's been linished down to a sloppy fit. This prevents any damage to the new one. With the inner and outer cups installed, pack and install the inner bearing, followed by the dust seal. After you've installed the axle seal into the housing and applied a liberal amount of grease into the CV, you're ready to install the axle. Take care not to damage the seal when inserting, and you may need to rotate the shaft to locate the splines in the diff. Hang the scraper, seal and support ring onto the housing. With your swivel hub bearings packed and your cups tapped into the housing, install the swivel hub. Bolt in the upper and lower swivel hub bearings back into their original orientation. With the bolts torqued up, check the turning effort, and if out of spec, you'll need to shim the bearings equally. Install the thrust washer with the taper in, stub axle, shim and the snap ring. Time for the dust shield and torque up the 6 bolts. Now you can see why we hung the 3 rings earlier before putting the swivel hub on. So install the support ring, the seal and the scraper using the 2-piece guard. Bolt this up using a little bit of grease around the seal. Also install the steering lock bolt to the position noted during removal. We reinstall the tie rod, followed by the drag link, and then go ahead and just slide on the disc assembly. With the outer bearing packed full of grease, slide that in, and then screw on the lock nut just until it's firm. Brake caliper can go back on now. Tighten this up with the 2 bolts at the rear of it. Throw the wheel on and check for movement by wobbling the tyre in and out. If there's no movement and the wheel turns freely, then you're all good to put the lock washer on and the freewheeling hub. After that, top up the diff with oil and take it for a spin.
So the test run seems to be pretty bloody good. Let the bearings seat in a little bit more. We'll tweak them, 1,000 k's or something. And then, yeah, pull the rear apart to the rear, and then we'll be good to go.